Security Council held an emergency meeting on Sunday after United States struck Iranian nuclear sites as the fight intensified between Israel and Iran. Officials have called for an immediate de-escalation of the conflict and urged both parties to exercise maximum restraint to end the war. Our reporter Maria Masise has the details.
As bombardment between Israel and Iran continue, the United Nations Security Council has held an emergency meeting to address the challenging issues escalating the conflict. The prevailing situation has left thousands of people flee their homes, while hundreds reportedly killed or injured. The U.S. has bombarded for days Iran's heavily fortified nuclear facilities, an action that many believe will escalate tensions in the region. Meanwhile, speaking at the gathering, Iran's ambassador Amir Sadiq Iravin said once again the world has witnessed another tricky way of U.S. politics and its leaders. He said Americans has once again choose to sacrifice its own security to safeguard Netanyahu.
And the world has witnessed the blatant corruption of the U.S. political system and its leaders. As an independent, peace-seeking nation, the Islamic Republic of Iran had repeatedly warned the warmongering U.S. regime to refrain from stumbling into this quagmire. Even though Iran reserves its full and legitimate right under international law to defend itself against this blatant U.S. aggression and its Israeli proxy. The United States, a permanent member of this council, the depositary of the NPT, and the only state that has ever used nuclear weapons, murdering millions in two cities, has now once again resorted to illegal force, waged a war against my country under a fabricated and absurd pretext, preventing Iran from acquiring nuclear weapons.
In response, the U.S. ambassador to the Council, Dorothy Sayers, stated that it's time for United States to defend its own citizens.
The time finally came for the United States, in the defense of its ally and in the defense of our own citizens and interests, to act decisively. The Iranian regime cannot have a nuclear weapon. Let us be clear. Iran should not escalate. As President Trump said, any Iranian attack, direct or indirect, against Americans or American bases will be met with devastating retaliation.
Russian Ambassador Vasily Nebenzia also condemned what he described as, in a decisive term, the irresponsibility, dangerous, and provocative action committed by the U.S. against Iran, yet again demonstrate the complete contempt for the position of international community. As the situation evolves, Iran has said it has the right to respond to the attack, while the country's ambassador to the UN tells an emergency Security Council meeting that Israel and the US have sought to destroy diplomacy. Houthis in Yemen and some armed groups in Israel vowed to attack if the U.S. intervened in the conflict, as Iran's parliament unanimously expressed support for measures to close the straits of Hormuz, stating that there are some chances to return to dialogue and diplomacy. If that chances lies, violence and destruction could reach unthinkable level. Reporting for Eyeafrica News, I am Mariama A.